Welcome back to our discussions and thank you for always joining us. We are presenting a question that was done in KCSE 2001 paper 2 question number 18, a question on statistics 2, and the question we have reads, the marks obtained by 10 pupils in an English test were as follows. We have 15, 14, 12, 13, P, 16, 11, 13, 12, and 17, and the sum of the squares of the marks is 1794. Part A, calculate the value of P. So A Roman 1, for us to get the value of P, we are going to square all the marks. That is, we are going to have 15 squared plus 14 squared plus 12 squared plus 13 squared plus P squared plus 16 squared plus 11 squared plus 13 squared plus 12 squared plus 17 squared, and this will give us the sum of the squared, which is 1794. So 15 squared is 225 plus 14 squared is 196, sorry. 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169 plus P squared plus 16 squared will give us 256. 11 squared is 121. 13 squared is 169. 12 squared is 144. And lastly, 17 squared will give us 289. And this will give us 1794. If you add 225, 196, 144, 169, 256, 121, 169, 144, 289, this is going to give us 1713 plus P squared being equal to 1794. If you move 1713 to the other side, P squared is going to be equal to 1794 minus 1713, which is going to give us 81. So if P squared is equals to 81, then P will be equal to the square root of 81, which is going to give us 9, and that gives us the value of P. Roman 2, we are supposed to get the standard deviation. And for us to get the standard deviation of the marks, we need to modify the information as follows. We are going to begin with the marks, and we are going to arrange the marks vertically. That is from 15. We have 14. We have 12. We have 13. We have the value of P, which is 9. Then after 9, we have 16. We have 11. We have 13. We have 12. After 12, we have 17. After that, we are going to have x minus the mean of x. And now to get the mean of x, that is x bar, the total of the marks will be 132. And therefore, you take 132 divided by the number of items. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you take 132 divided by 10, our mean is going to be equal to 13.2. So once you get 13.2, we can now be able to get the deviations by taking x, which is the marks, minus the mean of the marks. So 15 minus 13.2, you get 1.8. 14 minus 13.2, so x bar is 13.2. Let me put it here. So 14 minus 13.2 will give us 0.8. That 12 minus 13.2 will give us negative 1.2. 13 minus 13.2, you get negative 0.2. Then 9 minus 13.2, you get negative 4.2. Then 16 minus 13.2, you get 2.8. 11 minus 13.2, you get negative 2.2. 13 minus 13.2, you get negative 0.2. And 12 minus 13.2, you get negative 1.2. 17 minus 13.2, you get 3.8. After that, we are going to move to the summation of x minus, that is, we are going to have x minus the mean of x squared. So we are going to square all these values. So 1.8 squared will give us 3.24. 0.8 squared, you get 0.64. Negative 1.2 squared, you get positive 1.44. 0.2 squared, negative, you get 0.04. Negative 4.2 squared, you get 17.64. 2.8 squared, you get 7.84. Negative 2.2 squared, you get 4.84. Negative 0.2 squared, you get positive 0.04. Negative 1.2 squared, you get 1.44. And lastly, 3.8 squared, you get 14.44. After that, we are going to get the summation of all the squares. And if you add all the squares, we are going to get 51.6. Once we have 51.6, we can now be able to work on the standard deviation. And for us to get the standard deviation now, standard deviation will be given by the square root of the summation of x minus the mean of x squared, you divide by n, and n is the number of items. In this case, we are going to have the square root of 51.6, you divide by 10, which is going to give us the square root of 5.16, and the square root of 5.16 will be equivalent to 2.27 as the answer to this particular question. Once we have done that, we can now move again and look at part B of the question. I want to assume this was part A. So B, we are told that each mark is increased by 3. Write down the new mean. We have two ways of getting the new mean. The new mean will be obtained by the old mean was 13.2. We add 3, and this one is going to give us 16.2 as the new mean. Or equally, we can get 132, which is the total. Or you take the total marks, which is 132. We add, remember we have 10 items. Each is increased by 3. So we are going to have a total of 162. You divide by 10, and this one is going to give us 16.2 as the answer. Then we go to Roman 2 of part B, and Roman 2 says the new standard deviation. The new standard deviation is not going to change because we are going to increase each by 3 and again divide by the total. So we are simply going to have 17 new standard deviation will be 1794. You divide by 10 minus 13.2 squared, and this one is going to be approximately 2.27, and therefore you do not expect the standard deviation to change, so it is actually the same. Remember to subscribe and also help us to share the link. You can as well use the new values, that is increasing each mark by 3 and repeating the entire process. It will still give you the same answer of 2.27. Thank you and welcome.